and we're looking forward to a very exciting round 3 match in the 2021 Crazy House World Championships between Morlockk from Germany and JohnStuckey from the USA. And you can see the paths they took to get here. JohnStuckey beating off Nuba69 in the last round 6-0. Morlockk beating off quite an impressive player, Shaq Malanders, 6-2. So both very strong players, both 2400 strength players. JohnStuckey 2476, Morlockk seeded 2381. So this is a big round 3 match. The winner will likely face Mugwort in round 4. And I'm streaming from House Party, so we have Zarasa here. Hi there, Zarasa.
Hi all.
If you could say your name so that we pronounce it correctly in future. How it should be pronounced.
What?
So if you could say how your name should be pronounced, so in case I'm not saying it right. Is it Zarasa or
Nickname?
no? How do you pronounce Zarasa? Say it again.
Real name?
No. So it's Zarasa, yes? Zarasa. Okay.
Zarasa, yes.
Zarasa. Okay, got it. Okay. And we have 5 people already waiting for the match. Sura, Legion Destroyer, Pepelu as well, which is imminent, starting in 2 minutes. So we'll wait for that. In the meantime, I'm going to just play through a game. While Mythos is already in the Twitch chat. Hi there. Stream went offline for a bit. Yes, I realized I didn't have audio, so now my audio should be working fine. For some reason it wasn't. So while we're waiting, I'm just going to play through a game. I mean, this wasn't by far this wasn't the craziest of the games that Zarasa played against PlayGM the other day, but it's just I was just having a look at some of the games, and I'd say one thing to be aware of is when you take pieces. Do you need those pieces immediately? So sometimes you are taking pieces before you're ready to use them. So there's something to be sort of thinking of. But okay, in the end, this is a very nice. Your opponent had a nice position on you, but you had a very nice counter attack on him. And I'm going to analyze this position, these games actually another time when we have more time. But because there were some crazy games here, and yeah, it was very nice. But I was just, hi there, Gingerbread Man. Yeah. So probably the nice finish at this point was Queen at h6 in this position. If the rook is taken, the bishop is opened up, and Queen takes pawn is checkmate. So there's actually no defense against this move, Queen at h6. But okay, white converts anyway. And it was a sort of game. It was sort of game 2 where if black ever got a knight, you were mated, but you just simply had to hold knight the whole game, and then you were doing very well. Hi there, Sura73. Yep, we are looking forward with anticipation. And hi there, F Gala. And if anyone's in the house Discord, feel free to join the conversation. So, what are your predictions for?
Sure. Hi.
What are your predictions for JohnStuckey against Morlockk? JohnStuckey's good, actually. He's very hard to checkmate. Is JohnStuckey? He just plays defense all game, whereas Morlock's very well prepped, and will probably do better out of the opening.
Thank you, Ginger. Brent. Mine.
And Opera in Disguise says, is JohnStuckey active lately? So we'll just see if he's on Lichess right now. It looks like they're just starting now. I have a slightly slow connection, but we are off. We are off. It's a French defense from Stuckey. He said he was going to be passive and defensive.
Oh.
And surprisingly, Morlockk not going for the advanced variation, keeping things closed. Yeah, JohnStuckey's been playing a long time. So interesting choice to keep the tension in the center. He used to play series against Little Plotkin late in the early hours of the morning. So obviously pressure on this diagonal. I mean, it must be something Morlockk intended to do, but he's thinking for 30 seconds. The pro H3, yeah, A3 comes again is the problem, I think. The bishop is going to be deflected from defending the knight, I'd have thought. But now it's JohnStuckey who's in the think tank. Is there any reason not to play A3? What's the plan? A3. Is there some trick here that I'm not seeing? And Oppa says, yeah, so that's what I said. Surprise not going for E5. E5 is a good line for white. But knight C3 is still still a main line. Yeah, I'm surprising why JohnStuckey is suddenly thinking for over a minute on what seems like a completely obvious move at A3. Is there a refutation for A3? Yeah. So Oppa says A3 seems logical after going for that trade. Otherwise, black lost time. So what was he afraid of? And why are both players thinking so long? It's a very strange decision. Okay, so Oppa thinks no, trained flipper. So Legion thinks he was afraid of bishop takes c6. Bishop takes c6 followed by what? Knight h5?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, that's what Legion says. Bishop takes c6 and knight h5 and try and begin some kind of attack on. Well, both players seem to have confused each other here because they're both thinking very hard. Yes, so Train Flip is quite funny. He's saying it's not that it was scary, it's just that JohnStuckey might have been scared of it. So he's playing super defensive. And Oppa says A3's got to be the main move. I'd have gone for A3 as well, says Legion. So yeah. Instead it's a very symmetric looking position in a way.
John don't want my castle.
You don't want a castle. You don't want a castle into...
Knight g3, go.
The knight d3 will go
h5.
to h5, yes, that's true. Yep.
Bishop c1.
So you're right, he doesn't want a castle either. But unfortunately g6 is also... I mean, can you imagine knight h4 here? Just piling up on g6? So I'm not sure this is very principled either. Legion reckons this is looking bad for white. And Oppa says white is crushing. And then Legion changes his mind. Yeah, bad for black. Yes. Yes, I'm thinking it's looking a little dodgy. I mean, g6 is the entry square. That's the problem. Otherwise, everything seems to be under control. But And Deadban actually was thinking earlier, at a3, bishop takes a3, bishop takes, and then bishop takes c6, bishop takes c6, b takes c6, and then knight at e5. So using that
Oh,
knight at the end. Okay, sorry, I got...
on e5 take f6 and ah,
He's going for this attack. Oh, thanks, Joanna. Thanks, Joanna, for the bits. Oppa says, I think both excel in bullet. Yeah. So what's the idea? Yeah, I don't get it. He wants to control f6, but he really wants to go
technique.
f6. Yeah, I don't
White
understand
need
this.
bishop.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Yes. For e6 and without the bishop. Oh, he's trying to bring the queen into e6. Oof. This looks horrible. And you can't take the knight because then the rook controls. Ooh. Things are going down here. But look at the defense. You know, that's what JohnStuckey's famous for. Just playing out of book and defending like crazy, and never getting mated. So he's definitely a very entertaining player. And Oppa was even suggesting just grabbing this pawn for pawn at g7 earlier. So yeah, Morlockk takes the first game, 1-0. So people are saying I thought it would be close. Well, I think JohnStuckey might take a while to find his feet. If JohnStuckey finds his feet and finds openings he can play, then maybe it will be close. Maybe JohnStuckey might even win. But I think Morlockk otherwise is probably the favourite.
No chance.
Okay, a cagey game. No trades. And both sides, yeah, the bishop's looking a bit out of place on a5, not really doing anything there. But
yeah, but the bishop is gonna go to b6 maybe soon.
Soon, yeah.
And I think Black can be happy with this position because he survived the opening. And now it's just a game they can play it.
Yeah. Well, JohnStuckey's not going to kill you after the opening. That's his style.
Yeah, I actually don't really know. Haven't played him much.
Well, we used to see Little Plotkin take on. Well, yeah, maybe it was like 3 in the morning. At like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, Little Plotkin would have these long series
Oh yeah,
with JohnStuckey on alts, and then just farm
and he
JohnStuckey.
was farming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
The good old days. So Oppa was saying this move, Queen c1, was a way of stopping h6. Okay, very cagey play from both players. I mean, where's that knight actually going if you go h3? He wants to sack, I guess. Yeah, he'd sack on f2, no choice.
He's waiting for h3 maybe. As soon as h3 comes, then knight takes f2.
Yeah, exactly. So wait for the weakness on g3 and then sack. Interesting.
Now maybe a4 comes. a5 or a6, okay. Queen e8, maybe target the a4 pawn.
But he just pushes. Bishop a7. I mean, this is cagey. This is cagey crazy house for sure. We have 26 people watching on Lichess.
Sooner or later, I think c6 will be the break. And that's how usually black gets a pawn, and then pawn at e3 or something. That's how I probably would approach
Okay. Yeah.
the position.
Yeah. Interesting idea.
Because you need to create a break somewhere. And as soon as trades start happening, then it's gonna get very messy.
Yep.
So that prevents e3 because the queen defends. And now he decides to sack. Okay. Knight f4 doesn't really do much though. I guess pawn at h3, but
If you take it, then I see your bishop's defending.
oh, knight at e6. This is a bit fancy. Okay. I don't like knight at e6.
Jeez. Yep.
Now I think Morlockk is just taking over. He takes f2. Knight takes, I guess.
So you notice
And now it's
you notice black had a certain edge in that his pawns were actually facing towards f4, facing towards the opponent's king. Whereas it was interesting because white's whole attack was like queenside focused.
yeah, he was
I mean,
trying to gain space. But
I mean, no, that's fine. But I just mean positionally, black was actually really well set up for a kingside attack once pieces started trading. But okay,
yeah.
just from the pawn structure, so something very subtle. But
Yeah, I think what plan was just to avoid the trades, and he didn't expect knight f2 in that position.
yeah. So black wants
Bishop g6. Okay,
black,
very
black wants
defensive.
bishop g4. It's not defensive. Yeah.
So take queen. I guess take the bishop. Oh, okay, rook c2, and then bishop e3. Bishop takes e3 next with queen f4.
Well, queen e2 is coming surely. Okay, he doesn't.
Okay, rook takes bishop now. Rook takes bishop. Well, okay, this order is fine too.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, just resign.
Yeah, because you're taking away the defender of e3, which then...
Yeah, yeah. Every move order was crashing there.
Exactly, yeah. Offer said it also. You take d2, then take e3, the position is collapsed. So Morlockk, Stuckey was trying to, outmaneuver Morlockk in a kind of chessy way. And clearly Morlock's a decent chess player. Let's just see the blitz, 2300, JohnStuckey, probably also 2300-ish.
I mean, I gave 60-40 odds for this match, where Morlockk has 60% chance.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that he's doing well.
Okay, so we have the wolf defense wolf. JohnStuckey is one of its main proponents, right?
Oh, but he deviates from main theory.
He deviates from mainline theory. Okay.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure about bishop c4 there. Something like knight f6, d5 might have gained a tempo for black.
Okay, I don't get this move.
Which move?
A4.
Or a4.
Like what's that about? And JohnStuckey is really playing this as if he's playing a chess game. Or he played a4. Now the b4 square is like a, what's it called? A place for my knight to go.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the a4 idea.
Yeah, I mean it makes b4
It's
weak,
just,
but b4 doesn't really matter in Crazy House, I guess. It did seem like a wasted
yeah,
move.
not when you castle kingside, yeah,
Yeah.
you can stop caring. I think just general gaining space, but I'm not sure if there was any knight c6 pawn at b5 idea, maybe. To try to like trade the rooks on the a file. Okay, now maybe queen takes h5 and give the queen.
Seems interesting.
We wanna see the queen sucks.
But
It's probably not good.
he can just go,
But
yeah, knight takes h5 next.
there is some counterplay because it's not so easy to defend g7 after that, and then you get pawn at h7.
Sure, but how does he
if you
defend?
can take a g5.
How does he defend knight takes a5 here?
I guess g6
g6. Looks ugly.
or yeah, it looks ugly. Yeah.
Well, he's invited it
Or
instead
he
of
doesn't defend.
he doesn't. He wants h3. So this is Stuckey going in actually. So go on, take it, and I want to take h. Okay, well, this is going to get
I would
interesting.
take it.
This is going to get interesting. Oh, okay.
Take g7 first, I think. Just take g7.
Okay, then h3 really becomes a problem, by the way. Knight, bishop, rook. But yeah, sure. I mean, this is double-edged for sure.
Well, okay, he just gives the queen and he's safe. And pawn takes e2, knight g7, king f8. He doesn't really have like bishop at h6, but I don't know. Bishop takes e7, I guess.
I was thinking about knight g6 here. Knight g6? Or what's the idea of this? Knight g6? Have I misunderstood? Or do you mean the previous move? Knight g6 here takes... Oh, okay, knight g6 here. Knight d6 on move 14 is Oppa's interesting idea, with bishop at f7, I imagine, to follow, something like this. That's creative for sure.
I'm here
Oh.
for you.
Hi there, Sarasa. So,
Imagine situation.
so black has just refused to take white's queen, saying no, I want to attack h3. And I don't know. It looks like Stuckey's being a bit outplayed here somehow. He's getting bamboozled. Jeremy Durham says this is a mistake. He's giving queen now. Whoa. Was that just mate? It's just mate, right? c5, bishop takes c5 is mate. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was stunning. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's getting a bit outplayed here, is JohnStuckey. He looks rusty.
3-0.
3-0 indeed. No, I like JohnStuckey's ideas there, but he just didn't execute. It was sort of good ideas, just not correct execution. And I'm not sure what the correct execution was. So, 30-second think on what to do in the French defence. I think what's normal is, isn't it, bishop d3? But But JohnStuckey playing...
Knight h3.
Yeah, he doesn't want knight takes f2. And it's funny, the knight on h3 is actually safe because there's no bishop staring down at it. But it's a bit strange. I mean, bishop d3 coming next, I guess. So he's going to...
I think knight h3 is a variant bunny idea.
Okay.
I think she's played it in... Well, not really this position, but similar positions. Yeah.
I play it on move 1 when I'm playing hand and brain
Bishop.
against Pepe.
What?
There's one of these grandmasters. I copied their own. You go knight a3, knight h3.
Or rook. Mm.
Okay, yeah, lots of pressure. It's the classic dark square bind when you're playing the French. f6 is the problem.
Okay, so now knight at e4 back, maybe? I don't really see many plans for black. Wow, okay. f5. I don't think this is good. Actually, might be like terrible.
Yes.
Oh.
Because
mean-
he doesn't have a bishop in hand.
h7 falling. That's the main problem.
Bad move.
Maybe he felt like he had to do something. But f5, I don't think it was a good idea.
Okay, so where's the punishment? Let's see.
I think just slowly putting pressure and killing.
I was thinking knight at g5, threatening at f7. That's one idea. And even thinking about sacking on e6. Jeremy Durham says pawn at f6. That's just going straight in. And also pawn at f6, knight at c5. Oh yeah, really interesting idea. Try and deflect the bishop and get a knight on c5. And even if you take with the pawn, then the bishop's
Pawn
pinned.
f6.
Yeah, pawn f6, knight c5, the bishop is pinned. So, nasty stuff.
Yes.
So he does the
Wait,
only
what?
move to keep hold of
No,
c5.
Okay, that's not a good move, probably.
You don't like that? Okay.
No.
White strong.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Free material is always good.
I mean, the only counterplay I can see is pawn at b2, pawn at a2, but it's too slow and he doesn't even have 2 pawns yet.
Oh.
Okay, this is the result.
Ooh. Yeah, we like this. We like this. This is how.
He can take e8 and then knight actually knight b7 first and then take e8.
No, it's mate in 1. Takes, queen at d7 mate. There you go.
Oh, queen at d7 was so nice.
Yeah.
I check.
When I calculate mates, I always try to take
Bishop.
as much material as possible in between.
Yeah. Pepe says, go Morlockk.
3-1.
So yeah, we saw this refusal to play the advanced French, which is fine. Nothing wrong with it, just slightly surprising.
What?
Oh, now he's played. Oh, it was in game. We saw this 2 games ago. He didn't play e5. He kind of held off playing e5, which is kind of surprising because the whole idea of the French is you push e5, you get in on f6, you're all over black's position. And that's why you've even seen players as white just go e4, e5 without even pushing d4, just to get in on f6.
Yeah,
So,
but knight c3 is actually most accurate, I think. It's the finisher line.
okay. Yep. I can believe it.
The delaying a bit because you want to get e5 with tempo on knight f6. If so, black has to play like knight e7.
Okay. Interesting. This went by really
this
quickly.
is quite a common idea.
Bishop. Bishops. No.
So you,
Bishop f4 maybe? I don't know.
G5, no?
Activate the pieces a bit.
Ah, bishop back.
Or rook e1, okay.
so pressure. Yeah, where's the pressure? Where's the pressure coming? I mean, I'm expecting at f6, but no. So where's?
Yeah, I
Knight.
think he wants at h6 sooner or later.
Move black.
Okay, now he's gonna suck for the pawns, I think. Knight takes.
Take.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, the problem with bishop takes is that pawn takes, knight takes, and then queen takes d4 is a thing.
Oh.
So he has to take with the rook, maybe.
Ooh. So the idea is queen takes d4, queen takes queen, and then there's knight at f3 check,
Because there is,
takes, and you pick up the queen.
yeah, that's why.
And the white king is all open.
Or pawn f6, pawn g7 take f6, and pawn at g7.
Yeah, but he needs another pawn to do that, and now I think queen d4 is strong.
Well,
Yeah,
he
okay.
missed it. He missed it. Yeah, so that
Maybe he wouldn't need to calculate the knight f6 in the end of the line.
that's true. That's
Maybe
true.
it was mating.
That's true. One has to check. That's true. This is
And
going to
bishop d4 is also very annoying.
Hello, Billy.
Bilalo Bead. Hi. Who are you on Lee Chess, by the way? Jeremy Durham says Morlock looks sharp. This has gone. Ooh, what's gone on here? So this takes. No instant mate. If there's no instant mate, maybe black's okay. Yeah, maybe bishop e7. Okay, hang on a second. Bishop e7 doesn't work because of knight d6. Uh-oh, how do I defend? Do I need knight at c6?
Bishop d7.
Bishop d7, covering with the rook. That's another idea. Yeah, that's logical. And that actually stops another idea, which is yes. Okay, but queen b5 isn't a threat. I guess you always got the knight. Maybe you've got the knight block. Yeah, but bishop d7, you're right. It's covering up the king. Hang on a second, but your knight's also hanging. Yeah, maybe knight. But knight c6 might defend the knight. Does it work? Bishop takes knight, knight takes. No, but then knight c7 comes. Ouch. This is painful. Hang on, how do I defend as black?
All but.
So I need to defend mate in 1, and I also need to keep my own mating ideas open. Oh, this is rip.
Hard.
Fine.
That does not work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Yeah. Resigns. Ouch. Oh my goodness. 4-1. Okay, Morlock playing the wolf defense this game. So who's your next opponent, Wolf? Remind me. Bugzilla, right?
My opponent, yes, it's Bugzilla.
And are you doing wolf prep for black, or are you gonna surprise him?
I can't say.
He can't say. He might actually listen to my stream. Nah, he doesn't listen to my stream. You can say whatever you like.
He might, or someone might listen to your stream and then tell him. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah, I've got to pretend that I'm popular.
No, I mean I've done some prep, but not much yet. I need to
Yeah,
I need to look a bit better.
Oppa says Wolf is going to beat Bugzilla. So if Oppa says so, you have to prove Oppa correct.
Well, Opera is always right. So I mean, I will do my best, but it is a tough match, and I'm very good at making terrible blunders in good positions. So
Just make sure you don't run too low on time. That's what I say.
yeah, I think even Bugzilla is not super fast. Like he likes to think, so
Yeah,
we might
but
find ourselves in
don't
scrambles.
get trapped into that. Like let him think, but you keep a good tempo.
Neatly played.
Yeah, the thing is, there are certain positions where if you're not careful, you just get mated. So it's it's uh, it's necessary to just think
Yeah, I agree.
sometimes
Absolutely. Yeah.
on how to defend.
This is a really nice move from White here, right? Knight at. Whoa. Knight. I was thinking knight f5 was so nice. Oh, but I thought that the idea was g7. But okay, he's taking this. Why would he want to take this bishop? I mean, what he already has a bishop to go to g5. Why not bring the existing bishop to g5 and then play knight takes bishop, for example, if he wants to do this? You know what I mean? He didn't.
Yep.
It just didn't make sense.
Um.
But now knight takes g2 is a threat, but so you're going to probably take it. Which takes
Mainly
knight.
because bishop g5, bishop takes f5, knight takes f5, knight at f4, and then the bishop loses a tempo because it has to take back, something like that. I mean, I don't dislike knight takes.
What I like here, by the way, is bishop takes knight, pawn takes, and knight at f5, and hope that he takes my knight on f5, so then knight takes f5 with tempo, escaping the threat. And if he doesn't, then maybe just go straight in on g7.
Yes.
And go crazy.
Yeah, I think bishop f1 cannot be the right move.
Well,
had to be something like
but
bishop takes f4 and then
And maybe check.
knight h5. Knight h5 had to be the move, I think.
Sure, but bishop f.
And maybe he was scared of pawn at e3, but I don't believe.
Basically, bishop f1 is classic JohnStuckey. But this is JohnStuckey's like signature move, bishop f1 or bishop f8. And Jeremy Durham says,
yeah, but it doesn't.
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking. And Jeremy Durham had a funny idea. He said, "What about bishop a6 to try and deflect that bishop? After all, there are no blockers, right? No blockers. So bishop takes a6, and then you take on g2, and then you take on h4. That's a kind of funny move, right? And what does White do? This is such a funny move from Jeremy Durham. That's so nice.
Yeah, I think just rook g1 if bishop a6, and then take and king takes, something like that. Yeah, it's not a bad move.
Well, looks like Black's doing nicely again, to be honest.
Actually, I quite like bishop a6 idea.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's gorgeous.
Maybe there was some bishop takes f6, queen takes f6, and then knight d3 to defend, but yeah, it gets very passive.
So Oppa says, why not bishop takes f6 earlier and takes d1, takes e7, maybe? I'm going to struggle to follow. I'm going to struggle to follow that. And Jeremy Durham says, knight f6 seems natural now. Yeah.
Okay, so queen g5 is a nice move. It creates some concrete threats.
So Oppa's saying on move 14, so I'm going to just have a look. So instead of queen, bishop takes f6. Oh, so in this position, this was another idea. Okay. Hard to judge, obviously.
Yeah, I don't particularly
So this is a fork on the knight and the rook,
like bishop takes f4.
and he doesn't take the rook. He doesn't take the knight. Instead, it doesn't take the rook knight on f2. It doesn't take the rook on e7. Instead, he takes this knight. Okay. What's the idea? Okay. Now he can't. He doesn't have queen takes rook anymore after this move. Was queen takes rook getting himself mated? I guess it was.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, because d2 and at d2 and queen. Yeah, queen here is just mate, isn't it? Queen at d. Yeah, this e3 square is weak. Oh, what? He's left it open.
Wow, he pre-moved.
No. Oh my goodness! It's just mate. But why? He was just hoping for king going the other way.
I think he just removed. He removed. Yeah, queen g7. He pulled.
Yeah. That's terrible.
But
Okay.
That's why I didn't like bishop f4 because it allows counterplay on d2. I think maybe queen takes rook directly might have had some chance.
Right.
Well, but then, yeah, I don't know if there was any mate for black.
Well, now we're going to get a proper French with e5. And bishop, I remember bishop to g5, try and just get up black's nose, basically. And he has to play queen d7 to get out of the pin. But okay. This
actually, like white was just winning. White was just winning after knight f2. Knight f2 was no real threat.
Yeah.
Last game.
And the correct response was take the rook or take the knight.
Oh, no. There were plenty. You could
defend.
You could take the rook. You could take the g7. Queen takes g7. You could go knight f5.
Okay.
You could go even bishop f4 was fine. What he did, but then you need and knight f6 was actually made. It was actually made in 5, but he needed to. I mean, knight h7 was weird. He should have gone queen g7 directly, and then knight h5.
So you're saying if he'd gone king g8, queen takes
yeah,
g7?
That was just,
so if Morlockk had gone king g8, was queen takes g7 mate?
No. I mean, there was a mate. In the line he played, knight f6, king f8, and queen g7 without knight h7, which didn't make any sense.
Okay. Gosh, that's going to have to be on the highlight reel, right?
Yeah, that's gonna be tough to recover from. Maybe, I don't know.
Jeremy Durham says, I'm surprised Morlockk is being passive. This is the game to go all out. I like bishop g5 there. Well, he can still go bishop g5. Okay, looks like he's eyeing...
he will let Stuckey take his chances and risk, and he will wait for him maybe.
I don't think so. I think he's already thinking of something. Afgala says, is h5 mostly to protect against knight a to h5? It does have that effect.
Yeah, that's a point.
But he's also going h3 if he can. Yes,
and the weak point is that he weakens g6.
Yeah.
So like drops on g6 are possible.
So why is he doing? He has no pawns in hand. He wants to get a pawn on h3 and he has no pawns in hand, so he's just making his own pawn go to h3. Well, that's the dream.
With the advantage, then the rook is open, so it can defend some queen attack maybe.
That's true. Yeah.
Some possible futures.
So what do we...
So bishop at a4, it's very weird move. I guess he wants to provoke b3 and then bishop c6.
Okay.
I don't know if provoking b3 because he wanted knight c3. Okay, but
and now because b3, white can't go queen b3. So
yeah, white can exactly, and he wants to get knight d5. So he wanted the fourth.
Yeah, JohnStuckey does play quite creatively, and very nice. Yeah, he does have nice ideas. It's just sometimes the execution isn't quite there.
I think maybe white could have gone like e6, even.
Okay, so knight takes e3.
And
Knight takes e3 was a problem actually there, I think. After bishop takes queen, that's why he just takes back. Because there'd be all kinds of threats like knight at h3 with it. Can't be taken and stuff like this. Jeremy Durham, I think there's a crazy knight at e7 idea. I don't get it at all.
okay, so this is a threat. He has to take.
Don't take queen.
He takes. Probably just pawn take. I think it's okay.
Knight at e2 and pawn h3.
Now pawn at g2. Oh,
Yep.
knight.
Yep.
Oh, knight there is nice.
That's sweet, yeah. So you're taking away the defender.
King f2, knight
Take
f4, bishop. Bishop cannot take because queen g2, knight c2. And there is no bishop a4. No, there is no bishop a4 to cover c2 with tempo. And that's the point of provoking d3.
Yes, no. Okay, yeah. Okay, this is just going to be over.
But
this is all over.
he just made it. Just
Yeah, queen here,
knight c2, and pawn at f5.
Yeah, there we go. And if you went down, there's also knight c2. Okay, so very nice game from JohnStuckey. So Stuckey wins.
Is this going to be a comeback?
So I said, I think Stuckey is he's a very creative player, but I think I think it's too much.
5-2.
Yep. And there's a funny comment. So Jeremy Durham said, tripled pawns, and Gingerbread Man responded, made his own cage, because it was quite funny. He just ran up.
Elephant wolf.
If you just see that final position with the triple pawns, he just ran up alongside his triple pawns, killed in his cell in the center of the board. This is quite a funny. You have to admit, that's quite a funny mate actually. Now when you look at it. Yeah, Nefgala was asking a question last game about h5, h4, h3, and is very pleased to see that game was a good demonstration of why the move was played. Okay, so what do we think about this position?
Maybe knight d4 and pawn e5.
It seems okay for black. Gets his bishops open. Gingerbread Man says, have to go. Well, have a good evening. We'll try to watch it back later. Yeah, thanks for watching. And he's saying, thanks for streaming. Yeah, thank you. Jeremy Durham says, Stockfish liked my move, knight e7. That was too big brain for me to understand. Definitely one to look at. You'll have to give me the move number, Jeremy, and then I definitely will. Because it was so big brain, I didn't even understand what move it was on. Oh my goodness, Stuckey. Just picking up that free piece. He's letting rip here. Okay, there are a lot of holes in White's position, and White's got a big development problem. But yeah,
Black's position is not too bad, even if
yeah,
lost a piece.
that's what's quite funny actually. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, he's a piece down, but yeah.
Yes. White.
And Oppa had an interesting idea. After queen takes b3, he still had takes f2, and knight takes e4. Yeah, for a couple of pawns and a big attack. Whereas that was now defended. That's true. Okay,
And
so
yeah, he wants queen h4 after that. But even like bishop takes f2 and then b5, because the knight doesn't really have
At
space.
night? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I actually really like bishop f2. I think that might be a bad miss.
yeah.
Okay, so now b4 to get the c2 fork. So queen d3, I guess.
This is very uncomfortable for white. You're a piece up, but your position completely sucks.
But black messed up a bit by not going bishop f2. And now knight takes b3.
So Herbert,
Because you don't really want to defend by bishop d1.
yeah, knight returns to d4, so there's
And now
still
knight e4.
knight e4 as well. Yeah. Herbert TV says Morlockk
Why?
challenges his inner powers when
Why?
he's a piece
Why
down.
more?
I know from over the board tournament games. So you say, watch out for him when he's a piece down.
Knight d4? No.
So it's white
Yeah,
to
I
move.
think
Yeah, knight d4 is nice,
white
but
position
white's
is just collapsing too fast.
white. Yeah, now it's black to move. Yep. Well, it's just a slight lack of development.
And now,
It's like understatement.
yeah,
Looks
some
better.
knight c5 maybe. Okay, rook b8. Bring all the pieces in the action. Must be good.
Must be. You know, JohnStuckey
And what
loves
about knight b3? Knight b3 now.
JohnStuckey loves
Yeah.
his pieces on their starting squares. So Queen d1 was automatic. Oh, oh. He's sort of tempting bishop takes h7. Ah, and he goes for it, exactly. Of course, of course. What else? Bishop takes
Yeah,
h6. Just
because there is
hang on. This might
knight
be.
g5. But
Wait.
I think just queen takes. Queen takes.
Knight takes f7.
Okay, he doesn't go queen takes.
Queen takes rook. Hope you're not mated.
But black is quite safe as for now.
Well, rook f8 is coming. Picking up a queen.
Rook f8, you can just take.
Oh, you pick up a queen for a rook. Oh, you don't. You don't. Sorry. Yeah.
I check.
No, you have the rook on b8.
Yeah. I missed that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Absolutely.
I think just take the rook on a1 is fine.
Okay, but
And then he will try something
e7
like
at
pawn
e7
at g6 to get the rook h7 mate.
or at e7. Oh yeah, that
Or at
too.
e7 or
That
bishop h6.
yeah, that too.
But now
But
he doesn't
no.
have any blocker, so I think rook b1.
Yeah, this is dead. This has to be dead.
Or, yeah. Now blocks with the rook, knight c2, take knight c2.
Oh, this has to be dead.
Or even he thinks if he wants to put bishop d3 check in between. Maybe a good idea. Also covers g6, covers h7, so can't hurt.
By the way, why didn't he go king e2 instead of rook at d1?
Bishop d3. I can.
Oh,
And now mate. Yeah.
okay, and that's it. That's the game. So I wonder, was he ever okay that game though? Let's just have a. We're allowed to use
They are playing
analysis.
all 10, I think. Or not.
Oh,
GG. Rematch?
not sure. My thing is frozen.
Oh no, they stopped. Okay.
You won't play?
I'm going to just have a look at a couple of those games. So, did JohnStuckey have anything in that final game? Oh, I see. They rematched and then aborted, which is confusing. Yeah. So it looked. Was there anything here? Like, was there any mate for black? No, black is apparently better, but no. At least at low depth, it's not seeing any mates or something. So let's look after the queen takes b3 move. Yeah, bishop takes f2 is completely winning, but after he missed it, knight takes bishop, and white would have been winning. And so So basically, it's like both sides blundering every move, basically, for a couple of moves there.
Yeah, yeah. I think bishop takes f2. I mean, that was a bad miss not playing it.
It was a very difficult
Completely
position.
crashing. And you can follow with knight g4, but you can even follow with quiet move like b5, I think.
And he missed it for
Anything is fine. It's
He
just
missed it for two
fine for
moves
black.
as well. He had two opportunities apparently, because even after knight at d2, apparently bishop takes f2 is still good. Even though you don't get the pawn, you just go knight to g4 instead, and it's still good. Even better.
There's no need to go for something fancy like knight takes e4.
Yeah.
Just knight g4. Good.
And queen e8, then the knight on the knight on a4 is actually trapped there, which is hilarious. You think you've just picked up a knight, but your own knight gets trapped. Okay, so that was just
Yeah, you just go b5 and then it's trapped.
Yeah.
I mean, after you force white to go king e2, so you block the bishop, and then you go b5.
Okay, so that was interesting. They were definitely interesting games. I think that's what's fun about JohnStuckey. He does have very creative play, and it makes for fun games. So this game, you said that he actually had a mate somewhere with the immediate queen takes g7. So of course we have to take it, and we only have a pawn and bishop in hand, but we have two knights, and the two knights just come roaring in. If you step back at g7 is mate. If you step up, a pawn is a mate, and a bishop here, pawn here, king here, bishop here, bishop here, king here, and pawn here. Wow, okay. Such a simple mate. Okay, so that was definitely interesting. And then the game after that, there was a nice mate. Yeah. Okay, well, good games, and congrats to Morlockk, who probably plays Mugwort next time. And thanks so much, Sarasa and the Lone Wolf, for joining me to commentate it. That was fun. Any thoughts?
Sure. Thanks to you.
Any last thoughts?
Nothing. Just congrats to Morlockk.
Congrats
Very
to
well
Morlockk.
played.
Yeah. This is a fun. I was looking at the penultimate game that he won. That was a fun mate for Stuckey. But Morlock's just too strong.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
And look out for a blog by Zarazar coming out on the Crazy House blog soon. Hopefully this week. I should just post the link to the blog. So, so thanks everyone, and good night. Is there a site with the bracket? Yes, there is. I should create a command for it, but until I do create a command for it, it's this. Maybe someone. Oh, yeah. Let's raid Pepe. Good point. So we'll raid Pepe before we end stream. And good night, everyone. Bye.